All right, what's going on, y'all? Hey, I'd like to put out a quick message sharing with you a resource that I found really helpful. And I'd like to just start off by saying I'd like to give a copy of this book to somebody. You know, it's not one I'm going to read again, but it was really a good read. And I want to share with you a few of the interesting things from it, pointed out to you. Maybe you can check it out. I don't read as much as I used to, and it's certainly not a light read. It's like something like 600 pages. And but it's called A Queer Thing Happened to America, put out by Michael Brown. And really, he tried to get this published, and no publisher would touch it. So he had to create his own publishing company just to print this one book. It's obviously a very controversial issue. If you're not supporting the LGBTQ plus agenda, then you're labeled as a bigot, a hater, fill in the blank. So, you know, it's well documented. A lot of research went into this book. I think even if you disagree with him, you'd be hard pressed to criticize him for not being sensitive to the subject, for being objective. And I mean, the facts are really on our side. If we want to really debate why pursuing a gay, lesbian, transgender lifestyle is unhealthy, it's immoral, it's not according to God's created order, it doesn't really promote a healthy society, it's not good for our kids, it's on a number of different levels. He addresses the issue. And I like to look at the table of contents in any book that I'm about to read, and I'll post the table of contents in the comments section here. You can take a look at, but basically he outlines the history of this movement, where it came from, how we've got to where we're at now, and what he foresees to be the future goals of the movement. Just the ways that they've infiltrated the schools and universities, Hollywood, the media, corporate America, and just the way that politics are played off as science, really. You get down to it. I thought it was interesting as he highlighted in 1973 when the DSM-3 came out, how the APA, you know, depathologized homosexuality, and just how it really wasn't some, you know, the professionals in that association weren't just like, wow, we've discovered something new scientifically, and that's why we're changing the diagnostic manual. But it was really is unscientific, to say the least. But yeah, you could check that out in that chapter. You know, he really just does a good job at even describing some of the ways that these arguments, where that leads us if, say, people want to promote pederasty. You know, they're already talking about MAPS. You have minor attracted persons as another sexual orientation that's unchangeable, and so we need to be sensitive to that, and they're already seeking to desensitize us to that, which right now most of us are like, that's appalling, that's wrong. And but you go back 40, 50 years ago, and that was how it was with homosexuality. And you know, one of the chapters he does here, speaking the unspeakable, some disturbing parallels to pro-gay arguments. He doesn't seek to equate homosexuality with pedophilia. He's not saying that. But you really get down to why is pedophilia wrong if homosexuality is not wrong? If gay marriage is okay, why not, you know, fill in the blank? And there's really no good argument where you can stand on moral high grounds as a homosexual and say this person it should be unlawful for somebody to do X. So at the end of the book, he points to a website that I'm going to recommend. It's called aqueerthing.com. It has a lot of good information, and I've browsed through it, and it has some, you know, action points, like what can we do to be a part of the solution. It's really, you know, just being informed, being educated, it really, I think, is helpful so that we can lovingly stand our ground. I can disagree with you and not hate you. I can talk about the facts without resorting to character attacks. And like I said, if you'd like to read this book, I'll send it to you. Somehow we'll coordinate your address. But in the comments section, you don't have to read it. I mean, it's a pretty lengthy read. I mean, I'm not going to read a book like this every other month. But if you really would like to read it, you can buy it. But if you want to post, hey, this is why I would like to read it, in the next month, I'll take a look at those comments and get a hold of you. I'm gonna have to pick somebody. There might be a number of good people that post, but anyhow, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I put out a video here. It's been a good few weeks since that last video, but it's not gotten easier. I'm just continuing to depend upon Jesus to carry me. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.